Hi, my name's Nick. I've been filming ski videos for 3, maybe 4 odd years now, which is crazy. In my time, I've used a lot of different cameras, a lot of different accessories and gear to make those videos. So I wanted to make a video fast forwarding to present day, what my ideal setup is to film ski content. Hopefully this is helpful to any of you guys looking to start up on your own. If you have any questions about anything in the video at all, please throw it down in the comment section below. Let's get to it, rubber ducky.
Even to this day, about 95% of all my videos are shot with an action camera and my phone, which is crazy. It doesn't take too much equipment to start up here.
Yeah, baby!
As a lot of you guys know, right now my daily driver for all things action cameras is the Insta360 X4. I've had the opportunity to test out a ton of different action cameras over the life of this channel, but for my needs, a 360-degree action camera takes the cake any day of the week. I mean, unless I'm spending the day shooting follow cams, the majority of my shots for long form and short form content is going to be a POV shot, and in my opinion, a 360 camera gets the absolute best POVing. And that's because that 360-degree field of view allows me to capture not only the entirety of the foreground in front of me, but also my skis below me, creating a really immersive shot for the audience. It allows me to export my footage at any aspect ratio without having to significantly crop in on that image, really convenient for repurposing content from YouTube to short form platforms like Insta and TikTok. And these kind of cameras allow me just to hit the record button, run my lap, and pick out my preferred shot later. You don't have to stress whether or not the camera's mounted in the perfect position. You can just record and ski. It's so convenient.
She buying swag and ain't paying homage, but it's past due.
The Insta360 X4 I've been using over the last few months can shoot in 8K 30 FPS if you're looking for an extra crispy shot, but 9 times out of 10 I'll be shooting in 5.7K 60 because those extra frames create a smoother image than even the most viscous chunk of lard. You can also shoot in 4K 100 if you're looking for some real slow-mo. Also great to mention, this camera's battery life is massive. I've gotten over 2 hours of runtime with this thing while shooting at 5.7K 30. Obviously that's going to be less if you're shooting at 8K, but that large battery also contributes to this thing staying ready to rumble even in cold temperatures. Minus 24 degrees Celsius with the wind chill up on the glacier was about the coldest I've filmed with the X4 and it ran perfectly fine. And don't take that for granted. I've been in so many moments, man, where my cameras have crapped out when literally filming the world record. I had a camera crap out on one of the attempts. Like, what if you made it? The X4 is waterproof, it's rugged, the body and the lenses have both held up during a ton of falls and bails on my end, and it allows you to take advantage of Insta360's righteous software, which I'll touch on later. And I'm not saying you need an X4 to start creating ski content. This is literally a flagship camera from Insta360 right now. You know, you don't need an R8 as your first car unless your trust fund is flowing out of the bank like Niagara Falls. There's tons of different action cameras out there. The last generation Insta360 X3 is an absolutely wicked camera, especially for the price, and it's currently on sale right now, but I just wanted to show off my current setup, so with that, here's how I film with the X4.
Starting off with the 2 mounts I use 90% of the time to film all my footage. We got the helmet mount and then visible selfie stick.
The helmet mount installation is about as easy as it gets. Just tighten the mount screw into the X4's thread, clip it in the flatbed mount, and you're ready to rip. And if you guys are curious, I'll link all the products and mounts that I use in this video down in the description below.
Oh, look at the clouds pouring in there, man. The faucet's been turned on, dude. They're just pouring in. Whoa! Oh, for sure. Oh, that was more than just a graze.
Yeah, massive fan of the helmet mount with the 360 cameras because you're capturing so much of that foreground while also mixing in your skis down below. It also gives the footage some pretty crisp audio just because the camera's so close to those sweet vocal cords of yours.
Oh, I'm alive! All right, next up, the invisible selfie stick. You guys have seen this one all over social media, all over my videos. Installation, super easy. Take your X4, your Insta360 camera, twist it till it's nice, tight, and snug. Extend, and then you're ready to rip. Let's see if we can carry through. Oh, hot tamale! And just a couple of tips on the angle after using this thing for a few years. So obviously, while you're skiing, you can hold it out in front of you, which is kind of a cool angle, but I've found it's cooler to see what's in front of the skier versus what's behind them. So if you take it this way, pivot your hand downwards, and then turn it back, kind of looks pretty sick like this.
Next up, the classic chest mount, which I like to pair with Insta360's horizontal action mount. It just makes the whole setup a bit more sturdy. This is one of those mounts I really use for my videos, but every time I do, I slap myself silly for not using it more often because the footage is sick.
It's gonna feel a little bit closer proximity, kind of a more intimate angle. Maybe a big bear hug. Sitting on Santa's lap, possibly. Well, let's test it out. Some good highlight, little inversion down below. Off and away. Next up, one of my absolute favorites, even though I don't use it too often, is the 3-meter selfie stick. If you want to make your skiing look like you're in GTA 5, dude, this is the one for you. Again, it's 3 meters long, so it's basically the height of the Taj Mahal. And if you want that GTA-esque look and shock, you're just gonna have to eat some spinach, flex your forearm, and hold on for dear life.
This is actually a good time to shine a little bit of light on how I edit my shots with Insta360 software. I probably edit about 99% of my footage on their desktop app, but keep in mind they built out their mobile application to include nearly all these features and a whole bunch more like AI warp and highlights, but that's a topic for a whole separate video. For the 3-meter shots, I'll often use the built-in deep track feature, which will reframe your footage to follow and center any subject of your choosing. In this case, it's me doing some twisty turnies. In this case, I'll click on the de-warp field of view to flatten the landscape and zoom out a little bit to add more ambiance into the shot. And considering these 3-meter shots open up the clip and add in a bunch more background, I usually like to fill it in with some GPS metrics like my speed and elevation. There's a ton more you can choose from as well. And a quick note on the GPS data, the X4 is able to pair with your Apple Watch or Garmin device to capture this data, but if you don't have one of those like myself, I just use the Insta360 GPS remote for this function. And then sometimes I'll add in a little motion ND effect to make the clip feel a bit more immersive, then hit export and enjoy the rewards of my labor.
Called the bullet time cord.
And to be honest, I think I've used it skiing maybe 2 times max, but I wanted to throw it in here because it does have a place for stationary type shots, and it's friggin' mental that chucking an action camera north, south, east, and west can actually produce a legible shot. If you want to pick yourselves up an X4, Insta360 is currently running their holiday sale. The link in the description will get you 15% off the camera, plus a bunch of free limited time gifts, including a free snow kit while supplies last. Much love, Rubber Ducky.